You don't have to be subject to that.
Especially while the weather's nice in the fall. All right. Speaking of fall, it's almost Halloween time. That's after my birthday. But Chief, you gave us the topic. I was like, hey, I need some help. Give me some topics for tonight's show, guys. Chief was like, I got you. Would you like to introduce said topic, Chief?
No, I think you do it so well, man. You have the microphone, and you're just great at what you do. That's why I come here to Lyle's Movie Files, and will continue coming.
Two last yes, last movie files. Great, thank you. Phrasing is important. All right, so Chief was like, hey, you know what I love? A great scary movie. And not a weak one. I need I need the scares. I need the hairs on my forearms to stand at attention like my spider sense is tingling. I need to hear that creak in the back corner and go, whoa, what was that? Oh, it's just a bird. I need to go upstairs, make sure I've locked all the doors and have a little crack and maybe even put the nightlight on because some stuff's gotten a little wild. So I was looking around for scary movie lists, and I thought it was really interesting because if you go to like historic lists where they go the greatest horror movies of all time, they tend to stay really old school. They tend to go to the black and white era, which is weird because I feel like some of these people compiling the list weren't even around when these movies came out. So how are they scared of something that would have been seriously outdated by the time they were old enough to start watching horror movies? I'm like, come on. Frankenstein is scaring you when you were born in 1995? No way. No way. So I wanted to kind of look at our list. And I feel like you probably won't go with, some old school what happened to Barry to Baby Jane. Probably not gonna have that on your list. But as you consider, try to come up with some recent ones. And y'all out there too, because that's what we're talking about here. Scary movies that had you So let's see here. Chief is the best.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best too, man. You know what I mean? Thanks for coming in and watching us, man. We appreciate all of y'all.
Absolutely. Hey, David Thanos, I have this on my list too. Final Destination. To this day, I don't get behind the truck carrying cars and logs. As well, you should not. And listen, I get a little nervous when I'm cutting the grass, making sure I count for all rocks and stones because there's some craziness in those Final Destination movies.
I mean, like especially that first one. Oh, that one was good. The second one was good, and I think the roller coaster one? Yeah,
I'm sorry, you're trying to single out one?
I'm like each one. I mean, each one of the Final Destinations. Like, okay, all right, I guess I'll stay away from that. I mean, like the long one, that one just freaked us. Somebody said, "Hey, it's about time for us millennials to get over going behind a log." Like, I'm not gonna be that idiot. Like, you want to be Davy Jones? Go ahead and do what you need to do. I'm not doing that. I'll go wait, get a pass on the left. Like, nah,
those were precautionary tales for some things. Like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, we some of us have seen some stuff. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. All right. So where we starting, bro?
You always start too often, Jace. So why don't we mix it up and go with Chief?
Okay.
Just do your first one since we're doing 5 of this.
All right. Make sure I get it right.
Dramatic pause.
Well, there was this movie, and I was trying to see. I want to say it came out in the 80s. I'm not sure. Yeah. So it's called Demons.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my movies are from younger because that's when I was scared. So Demons is about it's I think it's a European film, and it could be American, but they're basically in a movie theater invited to a premiere. and as they're flooding through the lobby, there's this mask sitting, if I remember correctly, on top of a motorcycle or something. And so people are funneling in, and a girl picks up the mask. She's like, "Oh, look at this!" And she puts it on her head, and it's like a demon mask or whatever. She puts it on her face and takes it off. And as she takes it off, it cuts her cheek. So she puts the mask down. They go into the movie theater, and her cut is bothering her the whole time. So she goes to the bathroom to check on it, and you just see it grow a big bubble. It explodes. So people are watching the movie. She was with another girl and a guy. So the other girl goes to check on her. When she goes in to check on her, this girl is turned into a full-fledged demon. And from that point on, the movie is just on tilt. And these demons, they start to come out into the movie theater. Whoever ran the movie theater has blocked it off, so nobody can leave out now. So they're just a bunch of moviegoers stuck in a movie theater with a bunch of people turning into demons through basically if they just hit you with their fingernails, you're turned. And let me tell you, man, that joint there was scary as hell. And it's still thinking in my mind. I'm still, because the girl who turned into the first demon, I can still see her face. Her face is just scary. And that movie, man, just
scarred you for life.
Yeah, man, that journey still. I saw it a couple years back. I was like, oh, this shine still hits. So, yes, Demons, 1985 movie.
They were really creative with that title, though.
No, man, they didn't have to be though, because it was scary, man.
Give them straight what it is. That was always the best, most effective way. Here's what it is, so you don't act like, oh, I hadn't had a clue what it was.
Yeah, you didn't. You did not know.
The first Hellraiser was very messed up. This was the first Pet Cemetery. You want to play games, Gage? Gage, want to play games?
That's the girl who turned into the first demon.
Is this before or after?
Bro, that's how she looked. And look, that's what I'm saying. So you already imagine that face, and imagine that face turn into a demon. It gets scary, bro. It gets scary quick.
I can't look at you, judge you both at the same time. Come on.
Let's ask the question.
That was not a question. That was judgment.
I'm just saying, bro.
Not the weekend, okay? Jace, how about you, since you don't judge?
Oh, well, I'm always going to go with the one that still to this day freaks me the hell out. And that is Creep Show. That scene where the dude literally the roaches get into his food. I still to this day I see a daggone roach. I am like, ugh. Like that's just Creep Show.
Okay.
Like this guy is like, he's like a germaphobe, so he's got everything all hermetically sealed. He thinks he's fine, and then all these bugs just start getting into his stuff, and it's still, like I said, it still creeps me out. They had the one with Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen, where he's like trying to get revenge on the guy. Oh, dude, I remember this. That was another good one. But if you want to get creeped out, that I think is still effective to this day, Creep Show 1. Go with it.
There were some really good Tales from the Crypt episodes. Just very small side. This is not part of my list, but when you were saying that, I was thinking of that one where the guy is like, he's in love with this beautiful woman, and
Andrew
he's
McCarthy.
like,
Andrew McCarthy.
Yes. And he's like, I'm gonna give her a little dose. And he's like, you only need one. Nah, dude. And it's so wild. It is definitely one of my favorite ones.
I was gonna say, I always remember the end of that one. And she's like, oh, I got one. No, you didn't. I was like, oh gosh.
Love that one. And then the one with the vampires. Yes, exactly. Vampires and werewolves. We have a secret of our own. Whoa!
Oh, what?
Vampires and werewolves?
I do too.
The Tales from the Crypt.
Is that the one which was the girl took out to the hotel room?
I don't know if it's a hotel. He got adopted by this creepy dude and his wife. And and he finds out they've got a secret, and they're like,
They
"Tiny."
always go out at night, and the butler was kind of his only friend. And then at the end, the butler's kind of like, "All right, you gotta go," and then the reveal happens, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
I gotta look at. Can you find out what episode on Tales from the Crypt that is?
Oh, I will.
Can you find where you can watch Tales from the Crypt?
Is it not on Max? See, if it's not on Max, it's a waste.
I
Just
do
watch
not
it.
think it's on Max.
Yeah,
There used to be a show called Monsters, and they used to have a weekly segment every week, and it was an episode where this girl brings a dude up to the room, and I'm thinking it's Monsters, and she's a vampire, and you know they're fooling around or whatever. She goes to kill him, and she finds out quick that he's a werewolf, and you know,
she was on Pluto.
What Tales from the Crypt? Okay, the episode.
Yes. Oh, I'm trying to get that one down for you.
Okay, Monsters is on Prime. I don't know if you
it's called The Secret.
The Stinker?
No. That episode that we're talking about is called The Secret.
The Secret, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A doll. I'm sure there was one. I don't remember that one though.
Yeah, I think that's one series I think could really still hold up.
I'm sure it would.
Smile was great.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh.
Part two? You know part two?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, part one. Because I saw part one. You saw part two?
I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. You talking about part one.
Yeah. Jeff, you should watch it. It's good.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Smile 2 Chief is coming out. It's got Naomi Scott in it too. October 18th.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. What's the one on my list? The Strangers. That movie freaked me out when I saw it. It was one of those horror movies. It was like there was no supernatural boogeyman. It was just crazy people. And that one hit way too hard. It's like, this is something that actually could happen. And it was so creepy. And it just kept going creepy. And you know, you watch horror movies, typically it's like, all right, well, we got our final girl. And this joint is just like totally subverting that whole deal where it's like, is this really how this movie's gonna end? Oh, okay. So the Strangers, because they got this creepy mask and they're just malicious for no reason. So yeah, that is high on my list. Chief, what's your next one?
So this is a newer one, and the last, I say, half an hour of this movie was just scary. I don't know, like the build up to it was just kind of but that last half an hour, Hereditary.
Oh, you're not feeling it, Jace.
It's on another part of my list.
Oh,
yeah, that last half an hour, man.
It
It
takes the whole 2/3 of the movie to get there.
But when it gets there,
I'm gonna have to watch. I think I either own that movie or threw it out. I gotta figure it out. I did not like that movie. I did not. I was like, did we really get into this? I did not like that movie.
It got scary at the end to me. And I was just like, oh. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jace, what's your next one?
My next one is going to be, I'm going to go with 30 Days a Night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that was a movie.
Yeah, that was one of those vampire movies that was not nice. It was, I mean, especially, you know, we'd gone years of seeing vampires cool and, you know, oh, they can assimilate and do whatever they want. 30 Days a Night was the creepiest thing I'd ever seen of a vampire. I mean, Lost Boy didn't even compare because they were the cool biker gang. These guys were,
and they never lose it.
They were monsters. I mean, I mean, honestly, I think that is a comic book movie was scary because that
Yeah. He's like, "Where's my wife, Dad? Where are
I mean,
you?"
they were just grabbing folks from underneath. I was like, yo, and they weren't like the typical
That
kind
was
of,
amazing.
yeah, they weren't the seductive, sexy vampires you have so often these days. They're like, Daddy Houston was like, "Ah." I'm like, ah.
Yeah. They're the reason why I keep a UV light on the battery in the house, just in case.
You never know. You never know.
Hey, that's not a bad call. Those, I mean, them. I mean, like you said, those they were dragging people on their houses. It was like, oh, you just like that was just freaking scary. So, yeah.
The Shining?
Oh, The Shining.
Shining.
Oh yeah.
No, that's Simpsons joke. Shh. Want to get sued? All right, let's see. Another one for me. I'm going to go with The Orphanage. And I watched that. It's about a little kid who gets lost in an orphanage. And it was so creepy that when I'm watching the movie, and then I was watching it in my old place, and it had this very long corridor hallway. And so I had my TV here. And when I was sitting watching movies, the corridor hallway was just out of view. I mean, I had to make an effort to look into the hallway. And this joke, I was hearing, I was like, hey, because it was a little kid wearing a mask. It was like, I know logically there is no little kid in a mask in here with me, but I need to keep checking. Maybe I'll turn the bathroom light on just to make sure. So that one was, what you got, Jason?
A kid with a mask waiting.
Huh?
A kid with a mask waiting.
Have you seen The Orphanage?
No, but I'm just saying there might be one right outside your door right now waiting on you.
Hey, listen, if you see that movie, you would understand. It's just like, it's got subtitles too. So you're like reading and looking up and it's like, wait, what's that? So it hits just fine on that.
Okay.
Bro, what you got next?
My next one is going to be Train to Busan.
Good one.
That was, again, I love a good zombie movie, and that was the right amount of build up before you get your first introduction, and then once it hits, it's all downhill from there. And everyone just thinks they have a little bit of chance, and then you just start pecking, and just how I mean, when you actually had like the train, when they get to the actual train stations, and you get super swarmed by zombies, and hey, we're gonna get to the military. Ooh.
Marines, we are leaving.
Marines are gone. Like, oh, I mean, honestly, that's when I get mad when I think either Netflix or Amazon. I can turn this on, and it's like, subtitles. Like, you really don't need it. Come on, guys. There's a dub version. Just give me that. Like, but I mean, of course, I say that as I'm watching, what is it? All of Us Are Dead again, probably for the third time. But
All of Us Are Dead.
It's a zombie outbreak in a high school.
Yeah.
Should I watch it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're coming out with a second season.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Chief, what's next?
Dog Soldiers.
All right. Hopefully Jamelin's still on to vouch for it.
Dog Soldiers. It's a werewolf movie, man.
2002.
And it's one of the best werewolf movies that I've seen. Top 3.
Oh, it had Alfred in it.
Yes. Just a bunch of the what do the guys call who go for the weekends? Reservists. A bunch of reservists out there on a.
I knew he would have it for you. I thought he turned us off. He was like, "What? Logan's worse than Matter. I'm out of here."
Yeah, man.
I was scared you off, Jamie.
Yeah.
You mentioned that, and I really want to see if it's actually on Amazon.
Of course not.
What, Dog Soldiers?
Yeah.
It should be on Prime, but I don't know if you got to pay for it or not. But it's worth to have in your collection. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
Everyone said it was great, and so did Lawson. It's fantastic.
Also, just
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Where am I going to take the wheel this time? You said Train to Busan. I'm gonna go with it. You pick which one. I'm just gonna say both or whichever version you like, because Tim Curry and Bill Skarsgård were equally frightening as Pennywise. I might have to give a little bit of nod to Tim Curry just because when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, this clown is scary. And I'm with you, Lawson. Typically clowns, whatever. But in it, both versions, he was really creepy and very scary. And I think the most recent version, of course, was able to take advantage of all kinds of CGI work and really go hard with it. And they managed to keep it crazy scary in addition to, hey, let's do all these fun special effects. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, what was it? The faceless woman in the new one. That so I mean, that was a good scare as an adult. I'm like, oh my gosh, that thing had me jumping. Like that. I mean, I'm still trying to understand how I can actually be around clowns because I mean, watching the original It, like Tim Curry was freaking scary.
You're all gonna float.
You all float down here. Like
you will.
Yeah, but I think that the It Part Ones, regardless of the version, I think those still hold up very well.
Right before she jumped. This is for you, Damien.
All right, let's see here. Chief, you got another one?
Yeah, this movie scared the hell out of me, man.
Okay.
First time I saw it, man, it's actually frightening, man. The Grudge.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, that movie was scary for a long time, man. And like you don't know, like, so yeah, man. I'm normally not scared by like scary movies don't scare me. And most of the ones pretty much all the ones I've named tonight have given me that, but I remember The Grudge, man, the first time that joint came out, Shorty came, she was coming up, she might have been coming from the ceiling or something. And she was up in that room. Man, that was it for me, bro. It was like, and to this day, I don't like walking in people's houses that I don't know. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what's gonna latch onto you while you're in there. And the grudge taught you that. Yeah, man.
I hope it was worth being on the couch for a whole month, Austin.
Yeah, especially after if that thing was fresh in her mind.
Right. I'm glad you got a good laugh out of this, Austin.
Oh. You think you're funny, don't you? Yeah, I do.
It's funny when you're on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, do you have any more, bro?
I'm gonna go with the easiest one. Oh, I'm gonna go with this is my last one. I'm gonna go with Us by Jordan Peele. Like, gosh, what's her name?
Lupita. You should have been nominated for an Oscar for that.
Lupita's voice in that scares the heck out of me. I mean, I think I did that to my wife, and she also was like, seriously, you need to stop. Like, it's not cool.
Couch does look comfortable, by the way.
But, yeah. But I thought that was, and just the way they moved in that, like little kid, I'm like, you need to stop. Okay, what you doing? Just stop.
Miles.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's definitely one on my list.
I put Get Out for my list because it was just like, this is creepy and scary in a whole different way.
Yeah.
And I like T. I like T. So yeah, Chief, you got any more?
I've got a couple more.
All right, what you got?
The Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland. Yo, when that dog and that dude fell asleep together, and the dog had the dude's face. Remember the boxer? He had a boxer with him. And you know,
I did it for you.
I box. Both my babies are boxers. And yeah, that movie was scary as hell. Because considering the time, I was young when I saw it. And I remember not wanting to go to sleep that night. Like I actually checked under my bed for a pod. Yeah, you gotta make sure, man.
Hey, honestly, I mean, when we were kids,
shame.
you had to look under your bed, just kind of, all right, I've seen too much here.
That's why all my beds from that time on have been low beds. Like I know they're not fitting a pod under this one. So yeah. You want me to go a few more?
Yeah, what else you got?
Conjuring 2, Valak. That joint was scary to me, man. And the last but not two more. The Thing.
Was that the one in the house?
What do you say? What do you say?
Okay.
The joint with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Again, early 80s joint. It was scary. And last but not least, Night of the Demons.
Is that the sequel to Demons?
No. Oh. This one is about some high schoolers that go to party in an old funeral home. And on Halloween night. You remember that one?
It's on my list to watch in the next couple of days.
The 80s one too. So they get together. It's like maybe 8 of them. And this was the first movie that I identified with. Like I felt like the black character was portrayed well. Because
no, thank you.
Huh?
He said no, thank you.
Man, my man ran the whole movie. Let me tell you something, bro. There was a part in the movie, the demon was coming down the hall, and he was like trying to get the girl's attention. He was like, hey, and she was busy doing something else. My man was like, okay, then, and just took off. Like it wasn't even like, you know what I mean? Because you know how they wait too long. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. My man did not. Because I was like, yo, that's me. I identify with him. And I remember at the end, so you had to basically, it was a underground river that ran around the property and the demons couldn't cross. That's why they never got out. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. And so the black dude, the demon was coming, Roger. The demon was coming, and my man looked and jumped through a glass window, right? So he rolled, he was like, I'm alive. Next thing I know, my man had to climb up a barbed wire, use barbed wire to get out of it, right? And he did it. And I was thinking, yeah, that's the same thing. Damn my hands. I'm getting up out of there. Mm-hmm. I was Angela. I don't remember her name, but I think you're talking about Angela. Man, Night of the Demons, man, was scary as hell. And like I said, it's an 80s movie. I went with my boy. We had to be 10, 11 years old.
Man, I love how you could actually get into an R-rated movie. It's just like,
you were just gonna shut up and watch the movie. These kids now it's like,
oh, you couldn't do nothing else but shut up and watch. The movie was just like, it was scary, and at 10 years old, it had gratuitous nudity. So you was just in that joint like, ah. So if you weren't scared, you was like, then the next thing you know, you were screaming. So it was awesome, man. Night of the Demons. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Thank you, Jamelin, for backing me up on that joint. Lost them, appreciate it, man. The listing stream, Blake. Yeah, so yeah. What's James Green? Did you like that newest thing they did? Oh, the newest one. It didn't hit me as hard as the old one. The old one was to me way better. Just originality. I could be scared. Oh yeah, the old man with the apples. I could be scared. The new one, it just didn't hit because they're always remaking something. So it was okay. But if you want the juice, you got to squeeze back in the 80s, baby. Don't go.
Like
don't go
juice down, Chief.
Huh?
Looks like you got the juice down, Chief.
No, I don't. I ain't pop, baby. That ain't gonna be me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right. So one other thing I wanted to ask y'all. What's an overrated horror movie. One is like, come on, why are y'all talking about this movie still?
I'll give you 3 off the break.
Go for it.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Overrated, Jason, and Michael Myers. I never understood people loving those movies to they never scared me. Freddy never scared me, Michael Myers never scared me, and Jason never scared. They were good entertainment, but they weren't scary. It was just, when
Jason's upset with you
the
now.
first one scary or Nightmare, because I sleep I sleep light, so that's why Nightmare on Elm Street freaked me out so much, because it's like just random, like what the heck? It's like it always kind of got me.
No, man.
At the end of them, they were comical, but
you know what's scary in my dreams? I fall a lot. You ever fall in your dreams and you wake up and you're like, so I feel the sensation of falling in my dreams. But as far as Freddy, he never scared me, man. It's just something about it was never scary to me. And like I said, the Jason movies, no. Michael Myers movies, no. I always thought they were overrated. People have been going to them for 30 yehave you watched the new the one with Jared Padalecki, Friday the 13th? Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, I'm not saying they suck. They're good for what they are, but they're just not scary movies. Like, you know what I mean? That's not scary. Yeah. You out running, you running as fast as you can. The dude walking, and then catch up with you the minute you go take a rest. I've been running for 5 minutes. He had a slow bob. Let me rest for a second. Ha ha ha! I'm here. Like, hold on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, the original was the thing to be the scariest.
I like Jace too, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, what do you got?
All right. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna pick on Chief, because I thought my one that I really thought was overrated was Heredity.
Listen,
I
keep telling you. I'm
gonna say maybe when I watched it, I was expecting something different, and I'm going to say, hey, when I go into expectations, they were like, "This is the scariest movie." I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready to get freaking scared," and then it just didn't. It was just creepy and weird. And then that last hour, I was like, what the hell is going on? And
the last half hour was scary.
There's some scenes in that last, like, man, all right, this is just all right, a little bit. But if I'm not going to take that one, I'm going to take Event Horizon. That's Lawrence Fishburne, I guess Sam Neill, and they're in a spaceship that has to travel some amount of light year to find what happened to the Event Horizon, a ship that is so revolutionary it may have gone past the universe and then come back. It's been gone for 28 years, but now it's back. I watched that thing for the first time in Amazon, maybe right before they took it off. And I watched it and went, this wouldn't have been scary 20 years ago. It was, scary.
They thought she was into hell. And now it's back.
Yeah, Chief, you agree? I said, it was on a list like, oh, it's Harry's horror movies. And I'm like, no, that didn't do it for me.
If you had seen the things I've seen, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and the end of the movie, I was like, that's really where we got to. Like, I think it was not scary, and then the ending totally disappointed me.
Yeah, man.
You're traumatizing your wife with these movies, Austin. Putting it out there.
Which one was he watching?
Event Horizon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like gross out like Saw, but it didn't hit.
I mean, what are you gonna do, man? I mean, anytime the spaceship been to hell and back, it makes for a scary movie, man. I remember crying at the end of that. Just finally relieved it was going off.
Mine is Paranormal Activity. I was like, why are we watching a movie with stuff moving around? This is lame.
I don't think I ever watched Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. She hates that it exists.
Do you remember watching the Amityville Horror when you were young?
Mm-hmm.
So
didn't do much for me.
Well, no parts. Like I tell you, the only part that scared me was remember they knocked down the wall in the basement. See, I went to Catholic school coming up, so it was a big emphasis on hell and purgatory and demons and Jesus, and so they knocked down the wall. And I remember the girl yelling in the priest's voice, "That's the path to hell." And I remember, and that scared me. You remember that part? Like you could always see it was red coming from the wall because the dog kept scratching the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "That's the path to hell." And I was like, "Oh, that is the priest's voice." And I was like, I remember I might have did like 3 Hail Marys the next morning on my rosary beads. I was like, nah, I can't do that. That joint was scary as hell. Just that part. So yeah, but you know the house is real.
Yeah, they use it. It's part of the Conjuring movies.
Well, I don't know, bro. I mean, because I lived in New York at the time, so I knew that the house was in New York, which didn't help.
Yeah, that wasn't. That wasn't. That was in The Conjuring.
Well, I didn't know it was in The Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring.
Oh, that's right. When she walked through and she could see the dude killing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I was trying to go through some of these movies I'd seen that had some pretty solid horror aspects to them. I had to put them on the chat because there are some that I've watched that are kind of low budget and don't get a bunch of attention that are pretty good. But yeah, then there's some that are just awful and terrible. So we'll get to that because it's still October and there's plenty of time to get into some of these terrible movies. Let's see here. The House was the scariest thing in Amityville, saying some creepy real estate. Poltergeist, clowns under the bed. Cage, I hated that abomination. Event Horizon. I'm busy on Stormwatch, but I had to say something.
Did you ever watch that one, Jeff?
Which one?
Hello? Please. His name is Blake Tarpley. You can catch him in Miami. Yes, he needs to be stopped.
He must be stopped.
Yeah. You're a wild dude for that, Blake. I ain't playing. See, I think that's a culture thing, man. Because blacks, we don't mess with that. We ain't gonna play the Ouija board by ourselves or even with friends. Like, I don't remember anybody ever bringing over a Ouija board and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get down. So that is a thing that now I'm looking at you and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like you said, yeah, come on down when we hit Miami. I'm not coming down now, Blake.
You don't want so many people's houses.
I was like, go do it, man. Hey, Lonnie, can I fix you a drink? And then you know, I don't know what's going on now. You know, yeah, he got way too cocky, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm scared of Blake now. Now I'm fighting the Blake. You know what I mean? Now I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Now you can't invite Blake to the cookout because it's not even burger meat. It's his next door neighbor's thigh meat in the burger. How do you like those burgers? This is an interesting taste, Blake. Where'd you get this? I was able to conjure up a couple of pounds, man. Don't worry about it. I'll explain to you. It's better than Wagyu, isn't it? You know. Yeah, man. Woo. Hey, you definitely was something, man. You damn art students.
Man, we don't poke the bear. I mean, like as much as we're like, oh, Candyman's not that scary. Like, yeah, I don't also need to try that out though.
I don't stand in front of the mirror and scream Candyman at no point in time.
Soylent Green.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, Blake, you wild for that, man. That's going to disturb me for the rest of the night, man.
He was wild in his young days, Chief.
He's probably still wild.
Member of society now.
Let me tell you something, man. It's probably a lot of stuff in Miami going on that you could probably attribute to Blake. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If that didn't bother him, then nothing's gonna bother him.